again. So what are we going to do today? We are using Hyperland, which is a wayland window compositor, right? You can also call it a tiling window manager and all, but it's more than that. Okay. What are we going to do today? So we are going to go through this. So we in Hyperland we have this monitor configuration, and whenever we have multiple monitors over here. So I have three monitors, and what I've done is I have done transform comma one. What this means is I want it to be tiled like with 90-degree angle or something like that, right? So when you have a monitor which is like vertically aligned, how does it really happen in the code base? And this is what we want to look at, okay? And it's going to be very interesting. Let's go to the Hyperland code base and try to understand, okay? And if you're on YouTube, please consider subscribing. It's being live streamed on Twitch, so you guys can watch me on Twitch as well. I generally stream on weekends, but I don't know when I stream, so yeah, it's there. It is what it is, right? Uh, so what's the best way to kind of search about it? Like, how is it working? How should I look at it? How should I look at the code base? That's a very basic question to ask, and I think it's a valid question as well, right? So I think we can probably start with searching for transform. And by the way, this very cool thing in yeah, there you go, right? So I can actually collect all the results into a buffer in Emacs, and then I can search. So what I can do is I can do angle. So no, angle was not there. 90. Yeah. So what I'm seeing is, first of all, this thing is coming up. Okay. I'm watching ads to make you rich. Thank you so much. I hope one day if I become rich, I'll remember you for sure. Region not C. Okay, and there's like 90-degree angle over here, right? So this is, I was just looking at, so what I did, right? I just trying to understand, okay, if there is any use of 90, because honestly, transform wherever it is used, I'll expect them to have 90, 180 and all as well, right? So let's just, by the way, wanted to check one thing. So I have control C, then I have control L as embark, which I can probably use. Yeah, this is better than I can click on it. It's nice. I like Emacs. Okay. All right. So this is what I have. WL output transform. And then we have, they're doing some basic stuff, which is simple mathematics. I can understand they're calculating bottom left and bottom right coordinates. I hope this is x1 by 1. This is like generally, I would expect them to do this, but for transformation, this is all you need, right? Just to figure out everything else. So what are they doing, right? So what is this function doing? Let's just see and make sure that this is the function that we need to look out for. WLR region transform, where is it used somewhere in this file? No. Then can I search for the, okay, control C, and I'm going to control L again, and there you go. So it's defined here, it's used here. So we have enum WL output transform is equal to invert output transform. Okay. So it's output add software cursors to render pass. Okay. So is it like when you're taking your cursor from one monitor to another monitor, this is what's happening? But I'm also not concerned about this because this is WLR output and we are getting transform. If you see, where are we getting it from? So over here, this is what we are doing, right? So output transform is what we are doing. So that means I should be able to go to output. Over here, this is WLR output type. Do you have any definition for it? No. Okay, I think I should have done CMake for this, but WLR output. Here, what have they written? Global functions and type names should be prefixed with WLR submodule underscore. Example this. Okay. Hmm. So from what I understand, WLR underscore output looks like a global function as well. So we should be good with it. We are just looking for struct WLR output, right? Let's just look at the definition of it. Over here, output layout. There you go, I guess. No, animate, no. Okay. So, okay, so sample state has display new output, new input render. I don't think this is relevant to us. I used to be excited for that day of the month when we're happy and new release hits. Now I haven't even updated in months. Damn. Should check it out. I think um, maybe have a backup ready and all. But one thing I want to do in life is whenever I update anything, which is something that I'm using very often, I want to go to the release notes first, look at what is new, be excited about it, and then try to update, right? I think this is a point of a development phase where you want to be and you know that what you are doing, right? For example, if I'm updating, upgrading Hyperland, I would go and first look at it. I mean, like, for example, when people talk about and say that, okay, hey, did you see that release? I'm very excited about the new kernel release. I saw the release notes. I think they're going to have this in this particular release. I'm going to update as soon as it comes. Like, I get excited about it. Like, tell you, right? People who are passionate about video games, right? What do? They say, okay, nah, this release is not exciting because they did not have this feature XYZ in that. They introduced a bug, and also they know about things, right? I don't want to be that person who updates one of the most important things on their operating system or system whatever, right? And then they're just like, oh, it broke. But of course I don't have enough time for it, and I don't want to find time right now. i3 West. i3 is actually good. I use it at work. It's good. I like it. I wouldn't lie. New output notify. Okay, 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 okay. Where is WLR output? How do I search? So I can actually search for WLR output and do this. There you go. Smart search. बचपन से ऐसा था मैं. Okay, fine. Enough of this. A compositor output region. This typically corresponds to a monitor that displays part of the compositor space. There's always something exciting will happen, and they'll always be. If not, then there is the maintainer who will make things exciting by going out and bashing things. So I think Hyperland will always find something that is good. A compositor output region. This typically corresponds to a monitor that displays part of the compositor space. The frame event will be emitted when it is a good time for the compositor to submit a new frame. To render a new frame, compositor should call WLR output begin render pass to perform running on that render pass and finally call WLR. Okay, whatever. Okay, what I'm looking for over here is transform. So we did find the struct. We have multiple things: backend, event loop, global, list, name, description, make, model, serial. So they have a lot of things about. Okay, and they could be null as well, maybe null. This is is, if I remember, this was maximized mode. I don't know. Some backends may have zero modes. Okay, output mode, width, height, refresh rate. As you can see, they have refresh rate stored as well. And there you go. Once again, guys, let me turn off the fan. Uh, it's not easy to turn off fan in my new setup, so I have to go and do it manually. I mean, there should be Bluetooth fans by now, or you could have wired fans. Okay, anyways, okay, so now we want to understand how is this transform getting set, right? So honestly, it's very easy to just go and look at the file that is like looking for it. So I can search for monitors.conf. Um, or actually, you know what? There's always a chance if he's done with Happyland as well. I hope that never happens. Hmm. I would be very curious if he has decided to make it in. But again, the point is like the point where, like the time where he would make it as a. Hmm. Sorry, guys, kind of sleepy. But like, if any point he decides to make it as as an organization, is when it becomes more complex. Complex. I think so far it's going good, but I would imagine if you want to stay, you would like to have some successors. Right now, guys, what I'm looking for is where is it getting set, right? So what I can do is, yeah, WRR. Okay, so I'm probably looking for something like this, right? Where it's getting init, right? Headless add output, right? And what you're doing is basically you're doing this, right? And what does it do? WLR output init. Um, yeah. Okay, does it also set the transform? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so initially it just gives it a output transform normal. Okay, I need to. Okay, over here, then they are doing all this thing, right? So, I don't see a transform here, but and what is happening here? Output state, output transform. There you go, right? So if state committed and WLR output state transform, then you set the transform whatever that is in the state. That means that it's actually coming from WLR output state. What is okay, 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 okay. Can I get Okay. I love this thing, by the way, that I can this list like quick fix list, and 1% was just for packaging. Hyperland is already in org, although a lot of people contributed. If there was three people in the last time I checked. Yeah, I did check the Hyperland org as well. One of them, of course, is the main maintainer. The other guy is just for packaging, and there's one guy who's for community or something. So, but you understand what I mean. The main maintainer will have to let go of things. What are they doing? To configure output layers, callers should call WLR output create to create layers, attach struct into it, onto this via set layers to describe their new state, and commit the output via WLR output commit. So it's more of a one-sided anyways, which is also reason why it's so fast-paced. Exactly right. For now, it's working really well because you are getting all the chances to. Okay, I see. This is a macro they have. Output state fields that don't require backend support. Backends can ignore them. So this is like a state backend optional, state damage, state scale, state transform, and then they have equal to one. This is probably zero, 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 zero. I don't know, something like this. Okay. Uh, Interesting. He uses bits to a good place. Okay. Now what I want to understand. See, over here we did see that they had WLR create. What was it? I forgot. Output create, create. Okay, how about this? Did I just search for monitors.conf? It's not found. So how are you? So how are you parsing, for example, right? Okay, do you have any conf anywhere? So how are you like? I just want to understand like from the starting. How do this like? Is it somewhere here that they are parsing things? No, this is different. Let's go and look at very specific variable that we want to look for. Like, what can it be? What can I look forward to? So let's go in um array monitors.conf, right? So yeah, probably I can look for high risk, which is a keyword they use, and how do they define it is something I can probably make use of. Okay, no, I'm at the wrong one. Oh, the project is hyper WL roots hyperland. I'm at the wrong project. Okay, because sorry guys, that's where Zoxide would have helped, to be honest. Grip R high risk. Yep, there you go, right? So they have this config manager, sprint of real developer productivity. Are you already started with, have you started with that or? Yep. So I don't want to, yeah, okay. So it kind of changed the sub project. Okay, that's why it happened. Now I want to look at high res. There you go, right? So this is how they're doing it. Yep, good, good, good. So now I can see what's happening. So over here they have this config manager, handle monitor, which is nice. Get the monitor config, var list, whatever, whatever, whatever. Invalid transform. They are doing clamp 0 to 7. TSF. Okay, Steve, it's an integer. Asks to convert this into that. Okay, if none of those, what does it mean? Uh, Let me just keep it open. Okay. Meanwhile, yeah, there you go, right? Overwrite if it exists. So doing it parallelly. Oh, nice. For auto R, monitor rules, r dot name, new rule dot name, r dot transform equal to transform, and then you're returning empty. Overwrite if it exists. And what is this about? Do I not have what's really happening here, by the way? Uh, okay. Can safely ignore. Da 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 da. Okay. Yeah, let's go back here. Okay. Now, add result is not what I want to look forward to. There you go, right? If args1 starts with high res, so this is what you're doing. New rule dot resolution is equal to vector 2d minus 1 comma minus 2. Okay. So you're doing minus 1 comma minus 2. If this is high RR, this is something else. And this is preferred or something, there is vector 2d. Okay. And then this is like DRM mode, then you to decide it accordingly, whatever. Okay, this is else, so I can skip that part. If this is auto, this is arcs2, right? So arcs2 is probably direction, right? So it's like 0 cross 0 and all. This is how they're doing it. Then they are having invalid scale. This is for scale. I don't want to look at scale. And this is like simply just scamming for, not scamming really. I don't know. You want him to, you will promise. It's definitely a bot or something. We can ignore. Int arg number is equal to 4. Args of arg number is not equal to this. Now, because everything is optional or something, or it could be anything. Yeah, so it's like more like a keyword argument type thing, right? So if this is not a number, then you say invalid number, arg number plus plus, understandable. Then you get the, okay, so that's what it meant. If num is less than 0 or num is greater than 7, it's invalid transform. Um, so error, they have set it over here. How are they using to raise an error, by the way? Anyway, so new rule dot transform is equal to WL output transform stood stoi, which is convert string to integer. Why are you doing it again here? This is not needed, right? I think you can just do this here. Yeah, because you've already calculated it over here, so you don't need it there. New rule dot transform is equal to WL output transform. Invalid pointer syntax. Okay, cool. Now what it's doing is it calls this new rule dot transform is equal to this. Okay, so this is fine. Now they've set it up, and over here they're doing new rule md monitor rows dot pushback. Okay, this is fine. Now I want to look at where is this function. Okay, there you go, right? So this is handle monitor. Okay, let's look at where is it called. Yeah. Okay. Wait, this is pass result const auto result equal to this. This result dot has value. This is optional, is it? What are you returning over here? Okay, need to set up LSP as soon as possible, but it's okay. Set error result dot value return result handle hyperlang c. Okay. Okay, wait. There you go, right? So rest handler monitor false is, I don't know what are you doing with rest handler. Was the third argument? Okay, we can skip that. I think those are arguments or something. Okay, so here we were looking for handle monitor being used somewhere. Don't see anywhere else. So let's look at the usage of it, right? Handle monitor. Wow. Okay. Okay. So it's more like registering at config value and all. So this is how they are doing it, right? Config manager. Okay. How do you change things then? This is what my question is. So yeah, m config comments is where they are, I think, calling it for int I attributes dot planes name prime ft to handle main device ft fail to import or whatever. Okay, I think I can look at it handle monitor. Right, let's look at what they were doing over here. WL output transform, right? Sounds very okay. Let's look at it one by one, guys. Okay, Yeah, this is where they project, right? So I mean, we do look at it already. It's render OpenGL. If you're using OpenGL, that's there. Subprojects, there is a util region.c. This is where they do all the thing, WL output transform. So we have found it. It's not like we have not found it. But this is what I also want to look at. Set preferred transform for surface. Yeah, let's look at set preferred trans transform because I want to see the whole flow, right? I want to understand how is it going and all by intuition and not by. Okay, so it's getting called from here. Layer surface, desktop, events, windows. Okay, we can look at one of these. So it's C layer surface on map, and then they are doing many things here. This layer might be remapped, removed from fading out. Say safe grabs focus. Use the new superb really cool grab. What is this about? Vector 2D. This is if you remember that we had geometry.x, geometry.y, and initially if you had high res, it was -1 and -2, and with high RR, it was -1 -1, and with preferred, it was some I don't remember 0, 0, I guess. So okay, and then you have start animation. Nice. Post event open layer. Okay, and then you have preferred transform for surface, right? And then whatever compositor you are using, it will call that one, right? So G compositor, I think, is over here. There you go, right? And I think, okay, can go back. I'm just having some. So P monitor transform. So where is P monitor, sir? P monitor is coming from. There you go. G compositor get monitor from ID. There you go, right? So okay, so this is how it happens, right? You get the ID of it, then you get monitor like config, fix if it's changed, fix if it changed, it's mon. I don't know, it's mon. Okay. Fix if it changes monitor. Okay. So that's not fixed already. Okay. Interesting. I'll just type for myself. Uh why is why do they not array? 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 Where was I? You do have fix me, right? Okay, all right. And this is what the layer surface.cpp. Okay, there you go, right? Then you're doing apply rows. Yeah, I'm curious, what does it do? Ignore alpha, ignore zero, no force blur. Okay, these are like some for particular layer, is it? So this is not relevant to a monitor. This is more like a surface. Yeah, makes sense. Then you have to monitor schedule, whatever. Arrange layers for monitor. This is also interesting, by the way. Arrange layers for monitor is something that we can take a look at it later on. But this is why what they do. Set pointer focus vector 2D is the position you get from here, geometry.x and geometry.y, and then over here you are calling preferred transform for surface and then p monitor transform. This is what they're doing from resource p surface. You got the surface, last transform, send, okay, p surface, send preferred transform. Where's the definition of it? Over here, send buffer transform. Oh, it's for a resource. Okay, this might be. So set preferred transform for source, p monitor transform is what you're doing over here. From resource, set send preferred transform, and e last transform is equal to transform. And where is it used then? Initially it's -1, which I think is normal, it's just a default. Okay, I do want to take a look at it. Where is it used? But is that it? Or is my, do I have J? Oh, I have this oxide shit. What? It used to work like this, right? Dev? I think I have set up Zoxide init fish source. This should be, if I remember, it should be on the in the bottom or top. Where should it be? I don't remember honestly. I just remember that they did mention Zoxide hyper. Why? So it should be Zoxide query Hyperland. So I'm trying to do I'm doing Zoxide and then I'm doing Hyperland. How it doesn't work that way? I understand, but what was the shortcut for it? What was the alias like? I had this oxide init fish, and then you're doing source. Should it happen in the like the first line or should it happen in the last line? Huh? Zoxide init fish source. And then I have alias J is what I prefer for Zoxide over here. But should it be like CD sorry CD Zoxide query? Because I hyperlink. Yeah, this is how it should be, is it? But then too many arcs for why? Oh, okay. What happened there? No, but Z is also not working, right? Oh, it's working. Ah, okay. So with Z it's already working. So okay. Alias J is Z. I mean, I don't mind using Z, but it's like on a pinky finger. So I like using J, which is much faster. Okay, already in the match. Let's say hyper. Okay, cool. It works. Thanks. I'm just curious why it was not working. Cool. What did I want to search though? Oh, sorry. I was searching for this. Array? Array? Okay. I want to search for this thing. Where was I? Yeah, M E last transform. Is it not being used anywhere else? You just set it and then you're done. So I think is it related to the resource P surface equal to CWL surface from surface from resource P surface. What is the type? What do you do here? Which WL surface, right? So you have ME last transform over here. That's what I wanted to understand. But okay. And this is WL surface dot CPP. E last. My keyboard just logical damage. Okay, don't damage dot transform to hypothesis current. Oh, so I think they are setting it to current dot transform. If I do dot transform, so this is what they're using. E last क्या था? I want to go to the header file again. Yeah, this M underscore E last transform tracked surface data and avoid duplicates. Is this used? They are using it here, right? Breadth first or something. Update surface table scale transform details. Get monitor from ID. Last monitor. P last monitor, I guess. Last surface monitor ID, okay. P new monitor, get new monitor ID. So if the monitor has changed, if they are not, so P new monitor is not equal to P last monitor, that means it has changed. And if you want to just force the change, okay. B M underscore B enabled. I don't know what this is, but okay. Why are you doing it again? Okay, you want to check again. Resource breadth first, P last pointer, surface const vector 2D offset D S leave P last pointer. So you want to leave away from P last pointer, is it? And then you're doing breadth first, P new monitor, and then you're doing S enter. So basically you're leaving a surface, then you're entering a new surface, right? And then we can look at what it does. We can look at, there you go, right? Pop-ups are pushback, breadth first helper. So this is where some data structure is also used. For auto, there you go. This is so cute. Oh, okay, sorry. BF helper, a nodes function. You're passing a function pointer here, then you're pointing a data pointer. Nodes fn n comma data. What is this though? So you pass the function, expect it to take cpop star and data buffer as well. Then you have nodes 2. I think this is just creating a graph, is it? Nodes2.empty bf helper. Okay, if it's not empty, then you do again with nodes 2, is it? So this is just bf helper. Breadth first. It's not really searching for anything, right? It's just over here. What is it doing? It's pushing back. What font is this? Do you like it? First say if you like it or not, then I'll tell you. Because if you're gonna say something that's really bad and only new people use it or old people use it, then I'm not gonna tell you the answer. So it really depends what your next answer is. So please think about it and then tell me quickly. Turant. All right. I mean, I don't care. Okay. Always very sweet kid. It's Ayosevka nerd font. Yeah. Nice. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have this pop-up start push back this, and then we pass the function pointer. Remind me, what was it trying to do, the breadth first thing? So we were here breadth first, and we are passing this. Okay, I think it's high time that. Okay, should not comment. Let it be. Oh, can I have wrap? Uh, oh, how do I set? Wait. How do I set wrap in? Bro, you paid like $100 for that paid font. Use that, please. Don't say it out loud. Never. But yeah, I mean, I want to, but I keep switching fonts. Maybe I'll use it. I'll use it one day. Was I searching Do Me Max? Yeah. Come on, tell me, how do I set wrap? Setting, okay. Visual line mode, no. Line wrapping. This mode ensures, okay. Let's see. Visual line mode. Oh, okay. I want to understand the logic behind naming it, but it's okay. I think we've got it what we want. So we have resource breadth first. P new monitor. Okay. Surface is const vector offset void data s enter P new monitor self log. This is like a lambda, is it, or what? Doesn't look like a lambda. What's a lambda? It's just very, this is a lambda. And then you can pass a reference to it as well. P new monitor self dot lock enter. Yeah, now I want to see what is this. So std find entered outputs dot begin, entered outputs dot end monitor. Okay, if you didn't find it in the entered outputs, okay. If you already found it, right? Yeah, if we already found it, that means that it's already there, so you don't want to do anything else. Don't know what it is, but it looks very ugly and scary. Oh, the font. Oh, okay, the lambda, is it? Okay. The proto outputs dot contains size name, enter called on non-existent output global, enter called on defunct. Okay, outputs at monitor SZ name, output resource from P client, cannot enter surface. So it's most likely whenever you go from you leave one surface to another surface. That's what it is, right? Now we can start adding logs the next time when we do this. So to understand that our hypothesis is right. And then they are doing something else over here as well. P monitor get monitor from ID, surface from resource S, M F last scale is equal to this. Set preferred transform for surface. Okay, so that's how they do. I think somewhere down the line this is getting used, this parameter ME last transform. But for now it makes sense that whenever you leave, then you set the transform as well, new one. Which makes sense. All right. Now if you want to really look at how are we doing the transform thing, we can look for WL output transform. As I said, you can look at this. This is what utility regions. It will kind of still be the same. Like if you go to number of rectangles plus I, Pixman region 32 rectangles. What is it though? What do you mean by rectangles over here? This is n rects. Okay, it's passing by reference, so it's that means it's setting somewhere down the line here only. I should set up my LSP, but it's also good. Okay. Malloc. Okay, switch transform. Okay, so if it's normal, then you set it according to what it was before. If it was not, what you're doing is destination rectangles. X1 will now what will it be, right? So let's just imagine you have uh right, you have this as a landscape. Okay. Now you want to, okay, let me actually make code or okay, I think this is better. Now you want this to look like this. I'll show you. मिले हो तुम हमको बड़े नसीबों से. Yeah, you want to make it look like this, I guess so, right? This is now a portrait, right? 1 2 3 4, it's only three, but you understand, like it's I think equal, right? So what you want to do now over here, what will be x1 comma y1, x1 x2 comma y2, right? So let's say this is 0 comma 0. So I think what they're doing over here is, okay, first of all, height is, so they're using height as a reference. So height will be what? Let's say this is what? X, no, it's going to be y2 minus y1, right? Because this is x2 and y2 and this is y1. So height is going to be this and width is going to be x2 minus x1. And I'm guessing so far, which is a very wrong guess to make, by the way, but x1 comma y1 is going to be bottom left and x2 comma y2 is going to be bottom right. Generally, the consensus is, well, that's how you move ahead. But so y1 stays the same, which is what we already talked about, because it will stay the same. The height is anyway 0. So, oh, wait. Oh, you want to transform. Right, 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 right. So it's not, I mean, of course, coordinates will still be 0, comma 0 and whatever. I mean, 0, comma 0 if it's like, fine, x, 1, comma y1 is the better word to use. It's about 90-degree transform, right? So you kind of move it here. So 90 degrees is going to be height minus. So this is going to be y2. Like I need to imagine, but this is going to go to the top, right? So what was the, this was bottom left, right? So this is basically x1 comma y2, right? So this is what you're basically doing. You're saying that you're going to do y2 minus y1 minus y2, right? Which is essentially minus y1. Yeah, this is minus y1, which makes sense. It depends how they're transforming as well, right? So because now x1 will now become what? It will, okay, if you're transforming like this, right? I think this is how they're transforming. Then this one, where I'm writing x, will come here. Okay, I'll say capital X. So this small x will come here. That means it's going to be minus y1. So that's what they did, like height minus y2. And over here, as you can see, that y1 will stay the same. So this is x1 comma minus y1. I think this is how they're transforming. I confuse myself a lot with clockwise and anti-clockwise. I'm sorry about it. Anyways, so this is how they're doing, and this is how the transformation looks like. Similarly with x2, here was it. So if you're doing this, so this will come on the top. So this would be what? Y1 comma x1. Y2 is what? X2. Oh yes, sorry. This will be x2. Yes. The y coordinate will be x2 by x2 coordinate is what here? It's going to be y2 minus y1 minus y1. So it's going to be, okay, slightly not sure about it. So this one goes to the, okay, can I just go back and have it how it was before? Sorry. So if this one, small x is being, like if you're rotating it this way, so it has to come here, right? So this is what? This becomes, this was x2. Now it becomes width, height. By the way, how do you define height here? Height you're passing. Okay. Fine. SRC rex of I dot v y1. So you're basically going back by height. Okay. So whatever the height was, so that just means zero, right? So I don't get it. Height minus y1 if you do. Okay. So if this is the, I want you guys to check it out, guys. If anyone knows in the comment, you can put this on below. My brain is not working over here right now. Y2 is x2. So I think this is something else. Y2 is x2. I think just means how much did it move or something. But okay, anyways, like I think we can put our iPad to use and try to understand it further. But this is for now. At least we found the place where it happens, and then you can take a look at this. By the way, this is very important. I like how they do it. You need to let go of the memory, and the bad thing is that if you forget to do this, then it might lead to some memory dump as well and memory leak as well. So WLR region expand. Which function was it, by the way? WLR region transform. Mm, yeah, there you go, right? Surface update damage and all. This is where it's called effective damage. Get effective damage. Wow. Transform and copy the buffer damage in terms of surface coordinates. Very interesting, guys. Anyways, for now, I think this is good. Like, let's continue doing this in the next stream. I'm sorry I couldn't get the coordinates. Always happens. I'm not the best over there, but once we have the iPad set up, we can do it there. For now, I think this is good. I would appreciate if anyone is here, they want to say hi, they can. And for those people who are watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Much appreciated. And for now, I think I'm going to hop off. Thank you so much for being here, guys. And until then, I'll probably see you again. Or I don't know. I think that I just started. So wait, but I'm going to stop the YouTube recording. Thank you. Bye.